And happy Monday. I should bring my microphone over here. We have a lot of things to talk about today, including breaking news. As I was hitting record, I saw that Tether just froze $225 million worth of USDT. Oh. I didn't realize that I was watching my own live stream here. We'll just silence that. Sorry for the reverb there. We always love a good reverb in the morning. Linked to human trafficking. So very interesting thing to see there. We're going to talk about how Argentina may finally have some relief from their hyperinflation that they've been experiencing, as they just elected a pro-Bitcoin president, and a specific altcoin just partnered with the e-commerce giant Alibaba, and the price is moving. A lot of things are heating up in the world of cryptocurrency, and we're going to touch on all that. Plus, we're going to end off with some live trading so that we can grab our liquidity and continue to build our bags through this crab market, the beginning of the bull market. It really is knocking on the door here. I use bull market loosely, right? We've been in a bull market this entire year, but it's not that euphoric bull market that everyone is expecting. So first up, Tether freezes $225 million in USDT linked to human trafficking. This is interesting. It's a good thing in my opinion, because we're able to fight and solve crime with cryptocurrency, things like this. It is highlighting the risk of using a centralized service like USDT, right? Because they have the ability to just freeze your money, take it back. You can still get cut off from any kind of financial system if they have the ability to do this. However, like this person says, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. It goes to show you that we are still existing in somewhat of a traditional financial system where they have the ability to cut people off if they so desire. This is bearish for anyone who is afraid of government control, and anyone who's like in crypto, not just to make money, but for the ethos of it, to get independence from the traditional financial system and everything, because it doesn't really change too much. Tether is literally just a central bank for crypto. It is bullish, though, in the sense that regulators are going to be very happy about this kind of capabilities. Highlighting this kind of ability through Tether means that they don't have to be as worried about losing complete power, and so they'd be more likely to favor regulation which enables crypto rather than completely disable it. So a little bit of an interesting dynamic going on there. We just got news literally over the weekend that a pro-Bitcoin candidate, Javier Milei, I'm definitely butchering his last name there, wins election in Argentina. Bitcoin breaks $37,000 on this news. So Bitcoin definitely pumping because, well, they're probably going to follow suit with El Salvador and adopt Bitcoin as legal tender and just get more money flowing through their economy. If you look, they have been suffering from hyperinflation for pretty much, my understanding. Oh, well, damn, I didn't look at the max chart. Look at that. They peaked at that's 20,000. 20,000% inflation. How wild is that? But more recently, in modern history, over the last like 10 years or so, their inflation rate has really just skyrocketed. After the pandemic, we saw some insane inflation rates there, and that's due to monetary policy. That's due to how they run their entire economy, right? That's not great. Not something that anyone can sustainably live through. If you think about how bad the 9% inflation we saw was, and even now, while it's sitting at like 3%, the CPI came out last week, I think, or the week before, 3%, and people are still hurting really bad. Think about having to suffer through 140% inflation. So the thought process is here that he will adopt Bitcoin as sound monetary policy and then ease these inflationary pressures that the people of Argentina have been suffering through. I saw a video on Twitter, on X, stating that it was just people like celebrating his victory, and they were using their fiat currency as confetti, which I thought was hysterical. I don't know if this is in Argentina. No, this is Bahaman money. Yeah, this is. I felt like I had Argentinian cash. I think I'll probably look for it in a minute after we get into the trading session and things calm down a little bit. I have some useless currency. I have a literal gold dollar that might be Venezuelan because they suffer from insane hyperinflation and still are. It's a dollar made out of 99.99% pure gold, and it's worth like $100 trillion, but it's worth like 20 cents because it's literally the most useless currency. Elon Musk even commented underneath this, prosperity is ahead for Argentina. So he's excited. Everyone in crypto is excited. It caused Bitcoin to pump over the weekend. Not insane, but definitely bringing back some of that bull market excitement. Almost 3%, which is pretty substantial if you think about like how much money is flowing through Bitcoin and through crypto. A 3% pump off of something like this is pretty big. It's just bringing us back up to the local highs. I don't know that we'll continue to sustain this. We'll get into the trading in a little bit here, but you look at the head and shoulders formation that has been forming right here. Boom, boom, boom. That's usually a pretty good sign of a reversal. And then if you pull up the RSI, you can see that we've been diverging. The RSI has been coming down for quite some time. So we'll touch on that a little bit more. The altcoin, which has partnered with Alibaba. Do you guys have any guesses? I'm curious if you guys have any guesses for this. Also, I put in the chat box above my head. So somebody leave a comment right now so that I can see if it actually worked and I linked it correctly on OBS. But do you guys have any guesses for what altcoin has just partnered with this giant e-commerce platform in China? Alibaba, if you didn't know, is essentially like the everything company over in China. It's like if you were to take Apple and combine it with Amazon and combine it with like I want to say Huawei, but I know Huawei is still a chip company over there. You take every massive company in the United States and combine them into one, it's Alibaba. They have Alipay, which is their financial services, just like Cash App or Venmo for us. It's what Elon Musk wants X to become as time continues to progress. He wants it to be something like this. I'm going to go ahead and chat in here. I'm going to put it in. Let's see if it pops up in the live. There it is. Let's go. That's exciting. Very exciting. Yeah, it's Aptos. So Aptos partnered with Alibaba. Yes? You want to hear something funny about Samira? She just came into the live stream to ask for something from my desk. She put a bottle of fake tan lotion next to where the soap should go in the bathroom. So I go to wash my hands, and it's in the same type of container as soap would be. I go to wash my hands, and I'm like, this soap just feels weird. It's not really foaming. Like, what's going on? And I read the bottle to see that it is literally fake tanner. I'm like, on my hands? On my hands? Come on. Let me put it on the rest of my body. Luckily, I washed it off, so I didn't have to worry about it actually staining my hands or anything. But come on. She's trying to make me look like a goof.
It literally says be tan on it.
Yeah. When you're washing your hands, would you think this is soap? Right? You're just... Yeah, it's not. Luckily, I have eyes so I could read it, but whatever, man. So, Aptos X Alibaba Cloud. Aptos absolutely... I didn't actually look at the chart, so maybe it didn't pump too much, but the article said that it pumped a good amount off of this. So, let's go look at Aptos on KuCoin. Okay, they're just getting excited. They're just getting excited to have some Aptos movement. Didn't really pump too much. Maybe if we go into the minute, you can see when the article might have come out. Yeah. The article stated that Aptos absolutely skyrocketed after this, but clearly didn't change too much. I am bullish on Aptos going into the next bull market. This next euphoric part of the bull market. I might start calling it a bubble, to be honest, because it's what's going to happen. It's going to get grossly overvalued again and then come crashing down at the end of it. So I'll probably just start calling this next euphoric bull market the bubble, the next bubble. But nonetheless, all of these pieces of news are continuing to push towards one specific narrative that is bullish for crypto going into 2024 and 2025. It's just we're stacking up data points after data points after data points of bullishness to get everyone excited for this next bubble that's going to form, the 4-year cycle, which continuously plays out in crypto over and over again. I'm going to pull it up because I think it's cool to look at. Where is it? The rainbow chart. One of my favorite charts, which I used on TikTok lives all the time. Been using it consistently just to prove my point, just to prove the point that the cycle is looking like it's about to play out for what? The 1, 2, 3, the 4th time in a row. This is huge. This is huge. The type of momentum, the type of movement that we might see after the halving is probably going to bring Bitcoin up to some very elevated levels. What I usually point out on this chart here is that we tend to bottom each cycle about a year and a half before the halving. And so that's what gave me the conviction to start saying that this was the bottom, the local bottom, right after FTX collapsed, literally a year ago. 1 year ago today, or not today, but like 1 year ago in November, we were bottoming. And I had the conviction to say that because of how close, just because of the cycle continues to play out again. And then we're seeing all of the bullish narratives spin up. So post Bitcoin halving, about a year and a half after the halving, I think we'll probably see Bitcoin chilling around $150,000 per coin, which sounds ludicrous. It sounded ludicrous back then when we bottomed, but my thesis was we would put in about a 10x from the bottom. So $15,000 at the bottom, $150,000 at the peak. And just looking at the rainbow regression bands again, it does look like that's probably what will pay out. Now, let's go get some liquidity out of this market. Let's go get some liquidity out of this market. I'm going to take a sip and calm down. Although we probably have news that just broke. Otherwise, we wouldn't see it plummeting. Let's go, Rodney. Let's go, Rodney. Thank you. I just got the notification that Rodney just tweeted out my live stream. Let's go. Thank you. Apparently it was bearish for Bitcoin, though. Apparently Bitcoin was not a huge fan of that. No, okay, let's scroll through, see what setups we have to trade, because I want to grab some liquidity. I want to grab, hopefully we can match the trade that we took on Friday for $50 worth of profits. I did post the Fitness Friday thing on Twitter, so it was like 2:30 in the morning. I went out to dinner with my girl, and then we got back and I was like, shit, I never did my 50 push-ups because I skipped the gym on Friday. So I did it at 2:30, and it was kind of exhausting. I ended up crushing my cat, which was funny. But let's scroll through. Rodney said join, and here I am. Much love. Thank you. Appreciate that. So Ethereum, I'm gonna quickly scroll through, see if I see my setup. Otherwise, we'll see what we can make of it. So ADA looks like a solid spot to go long on right now. I'll explain my rationale after I scroll through and see if there's any better setups. Solana looks pretty bearish. Not a huge fan of Solana. We could look for a short entry point, but we just had that collapse. HBAR is moving today. That's kind of nice. HBAR is in the bag holder portfolio, so to see it up 8% today, it's get me excited. Get me excited. Damn, Rodney's tweet's powerful. You guys really are coming in. Shout out Rodney. W's in the chat for Rodney. Aptos, I would feel comfortable going long on, but not as comfortable as ADA. Nope. Quant, I could see a shorting opportunity there, but let's go back and I'll explain my rationale behind these things, okay? So the trading strategy that I like to deploy which is very consistent for me but does not always enable me to take trades every single day, is I am using the volume weighted average price indicator paired with the RSI, right? So the VWAP, you can think about it as a moving average that takes into account volume. You'll notice that I don't have a volume indicator on my charts here. It's because I don't need it with the VWAP. Every candle, every minute of data is not all weighted equally. A candle where nothing happens, where no buy or sells happen, and it's very low volume, does not need to be equally weighted into the moving average as compared to a candle on breaking news that has a lot of volume behind it. So the VWAP takes into account that information. Plus, I learned it from someone in the traditional financial markets who also trades very consistently. They use it as institutions to enter or exit positions because there's going to be a lot of volume around this blue line, the middle VWAP. So what I look for is an asset that has been staying above or below that middle VWAP for a regulated amount of time. And let's go, Rodney. A regulated amount of time. So pretty much the entire day. You look at Cardano here. During the morning hours, it was kind of chopping, like splitting it, going back and forth, not really respecting the VWAP. However, if you were to extend it from yesterday's trading session and kind of like smooth it over, you will see that it was finding support there. I'm waiting for my bags to pump, sir. I just had so many bags pump. We'll go over the bag holder portfolio after I explain this and probably enter into a trade. ADA's been respecting it and staying above the middle VWAP, which tells me that there's a clear direction for Cardano, which is bullish today, right? So what I look for in my trading strategy is for us to come back down to the VWAP and find support, which we're in the process of doing right now. We had one candle wick which kind of wicked down and broke through the VWAP, but we immediately shot back up, which gives me personally the conviction that we're probably going to find support here and continue on the bullish momentum for the day. I then look to see if there is a 1% gain to be had. And because volatility is back in the markets, because everything is going crazy with all the news that we just covered before this, there is a lot of opportunity in the market. And so just like on Friday, which if you don't know, we're live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go over some news, we go over our feelings in the markets, and try and maintain a level-headed approach to investing. I also cover my portfolio challenge, which I'll do in a moment. We're up at $1,000, which doesn't sound like a lot, but we've doubled the portfolio and we're well on our way to the end goal of buying a house using just $500 worth of crypto. So, bullish. Very bullish. Let me move this chat box. How do you think about the Sol chart right now? Solana was definitely bearish. On the inverse of Cardano, if you look at Solana, for the better part of today, we've been spending the time below the middle VWAP, right? Which tells me that it's likely going to be a bearish day for Solana, or so far today it has been bearish. I would be looking for a retest of the VWAP to enter into some shorts here, especially when you compare the velocity of these moves. You compare Solana wicked down 3.5% on that versus ADA did not. On that move, that same move, ADA only went down 1.5%. So I gotta enter this trade. I gotta enter this trade, baby. I'm just looking for 1%. The leverage is what allows me to get more than the 1%. And where I'm not looking for massive moves, I don't have to worry about getting liquidated out of my position as much, right? That makes sense. We're trying to stay level-headed as those investors. I gotta log back in. So that gives me the confidence to enter with a lot of leverage. The other thing, before I can confidently enter into the trade, the last thing I have to do is double check that Bitcoin is not about to move aggressively against me, which is a red flag. It is a risk right here. You can see that Bitcoin has been below the VWAP for the better part of the day, and then we had that massive spike down, and it's starting to regain. So if I can enter in and get out really quickly, like Bitcoin's probably going to continue pushing up for a little bit. So if I can grab my trade out of Cardano before Bitcoin continues to break down, then there's a decent chance that we get through this. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I know that comes out sounding annoying. Bruh, $1,000 gain is insane. Let's go. Crypto journey. Well, it's, I put in 500 and then it's been portfolio management this entire time. So every Sunday, as a rational investor, I add 1% of the portfolio's value into the portfolio, right? So I started out at 500 and then literally, I haven't done it yet today, but yesterday I was supposed to add $10. I'll probably add it in today. I know I'm late, but that's all right. Life will continue being a day late on adding that $10 into the portfolio. Not gonna change much. Fudney, aka Fud Goat, sent me. Are you just mad because Gronk collapsed? Or Grok, whatever the hell that one's called. Fudney. That is kind of funny though. That is a funny nickname. All right, let me set up. Hold on. Wait, don't go anywhere, guys. Don't go anywhere. There's 4 of you guys in here. Chill. Wait. I'm going in with just 10x leverage. There we go. We're in the trade. We're gonna get 1% or we're gonna lose 0.5%. The odds are in our favor for that, right? So where's the 1% get us to? I know it's not exciting for people. People really love to trade and expect some insane returns. I'm just trying to get my money. I don't really care about doubling my portfolio overnight. I'm looking to just ensure that I continue to get money, right? That's my goal here. So there we go. Now, as we wait for Cardano to go ahead and hit our profit mark, or I guess I should draw the line for where I'd cut losses on it as well, 0.5% down. So if we were to break below the VWAP again and stay down there for a period of time, probably below this. So if we were to come down here, I will be getting out of that trade. But let's go through the portfolio and I can tell you guys some of my plans because this is a big day. Over this weekend was a huge day for the portfolio. And we can't be ignoring it. Can't be ignoring it. Both of my cats just came in. So I have been aggressively taking profits during this pump in the portfolio. You can see that I'm currently 31% cash, right? Let's add some more of that actually. So we're literally just putting $10 into the portfolio. Again, it's 1%. Now we're up to $1,020 in the portfolio. That's to make sure, right? The rationale behind that is to make sure that I consistently have money on the sidelines during this bull market, right? I don't want to end up in a position where things are taking a dump, things are pulling back, and I have no dry powder to invest into things, right? So I take some profits when things go insane, like what Kaspa's been doing. Kaspa has been going wild. If we view the transactions here, my first transaction down here at just under 2 cents, then I added a little bit more at 3.5 cents, and then I've been taking profits. All of this money in Kaspa right now is house money. None of that, I already took my initial investment out, plus a little bit. Let's go with the hearts, let's go. So I'm playing on house money with Kaspa. I'll probably, if we continue to rock it, if Kaspa goes up to a $4 or $5 billion market cap, I will be probably cutting this position in half. Because I don't need Kaspa to be the main position in my portfolio, even though it is right now. We look at Internet Computer. I've just been holding on to ICP. We're up 10% on it. A little bit discouraging with ICP and Quant up 10 and 4% respectively. What's good, Steve the Canadian? Welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Make sure you guys, as you pass through, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, because again, I'm live Monday through Friday, going over the news and taking my liquidity out of the market. I'm looking to buy a house during the peak. I'm looking to take my profits this cycle and to go literally invest in some real estate, into some hard assets. So if you guys enjoy the sound of that, join the progress. We're early days in this. It's going to be one of the most insane portfolio rallies. Like actually watching this go from $500 to probably like 50 grand, 20 grand is going to be wild. And I'm going to have all of the proof for it along the entire journey. So make sure you guys are here for it. Yeah, ICP and Quant, the initial thesis behind it was for them to be the stable side of the portfolio, just kind of ensuring a 10x. So the fact that they're not, like, at all is a little bit disappointing. They're underperforming most of the assets in the portfolio, such as Kaspa and Hello Labs. And we got Saucer Swap and HBAR. HBAR is up a good amount today. Same with Saucer Swap. These two are pretty much the same play for me. It's the Hedera Hashgraph ecosystem. So as HBAR goes up, my prediction is that the leading decentralized exchange on HBAR will go up faster. And so I have exposure in SOS. And then these three coins here are decentralized science, which will actually be one of the easiest narratives to make money off of into this next bull market, into this next euphoric rally, the bubble market. That's just me. I have a background in science. I used to be a genetic analyst, and I have my degree in nutrition. So I'm very, very confident that the problems that these decentralized science projects are trying to address will be some of the most profitable returns for us as crypto investors. VXV up 86%, VitaDAO up 50%. I want more VitaDAO. Then Data Lake, we're down 6%, but we're staking our Data Lake right now, and the yield is like 300% annually. So I'm expecting it to go down, but I'm expecting my bag to go up more. Does that make sense? What do you prefer, spot trading or futures trading? When I'm day trading like this, 1,000,000% futures. I do not spot trade when I do this because I'm trying to leverage. I'm utilizing leverage as a tactic to make more money, right? Like I said earlier, my goal is just to get 1%. But 1%'s not really that appetizing to me. And so I leverage it up and I do 10x leverage. So then that 1% becomes 10%. And that's substantial. Sometimes I'll use 15% if the trade is just like the most immaculate setup I've ever seen. Then I go for 15x or even 20x leverage so that I can increase that even more. But for the most part, I just go with 1% trades on 10x leverage in perpetual futures. And then the last one here is CheckDot. CheckDot, I don't know how I feel. I feel like I should probably just close out the 32% gain and be done with it. But at the same time, it's so tiny. All it needs is like one little pump for that to go crazy. Right, Bird? I got my cats next to me. I'm not just talking to myself. Subbed because Fudney told me it would pimp my bags. Let's go, Fudney. Armin Clark, welcome. Welcome to those investors. It's going to be good. It's going to be exciting to watch everything play out, especially like as we really get into this next segment of the market, this next stage in the market. It becomes increasingly easier to make our money. So as long as you have your rational approach and you have people who can remind you to maintain rational, you'll do really well. You'll do really well. I just had a DM, someone asking me about Kaspa specifically over on TikTok, because that's where most of my audience, most of the people who follow me, like I have 67,000 followers on TikTok, so most of the people are there. And over the weekend, he was asking, like, should I get into Kaspa? It was either yesterday or the day before. And I was like, well, you could if you want to. Like, if you really have that bad FOMO, maybe take like 5 or 10% of the money you want to allocate to a position in Kaspa and put it in. But generally speaking, it's moronic to chase after something that pumps like this. Like, generally speaking, when an asset goes up 200% over the span of 17 days, 15 days, you shouldn't touch it unless you want to short it. That's just my thesis. I mean, it's your money. Do whatever the hell you want to do. Bud, let's go. That's just my thesis. And I was like, just wait. I'm taking profits on it. Just wait. It's probably going to pull back and build out support. Range bound again, just like it has every other time it pumps. Every single time it pumps, it pulls back, finds new support, pumps again. Pumps up, pulls back, we hold a classroom, we enter the position, it finds support, pumps a little bit, we take a little bit of money, and then it goes absolutely euphoric. It's probably going to pull back again down to 10 cents, maybe even lower. Build out support again, and then crush it into the next rally again. That's my thesis on it. That's my thesis. Use VWAP is one of the best indicators. The VWAP is one of the best indicators for my mentality personally, for how I trade and what makes sense to me. Again, I have some private videos on it for my Discord members. I might open it up so that everyone can see them because I think it's useful information. The strategy that I have learned that works best for my mentality and how I like to trade utilizes the VWAP, and it's something I've refined over the last 6 years of trading, and it just works nicely for me. Again, I'm not really the best person at being able to see direction in the market. You know, like, how curious, out of the 6 people chilling with us right now, how many of you guys will enter into a trade that you think has a good setup and it immediately just goes the wrong direction? I know that that happens to me a lot, truthfully. When I'm not utilizing the VWAP and utilizing this strategy, it happens to me more than I want to admit to you guys. So, hold on, I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. Scratch that so. It's bad. It's bad. It feels like the markets are always out to get us. It really does feel like the markets are always out to get us. When I use the VWAP, it takes the guesswork out of trying to figure out what direction the market's moving. Like, I can see it explicitly. Look at on Bitcoin on this day. It was very clear what direction Bitcoin was heading, right? Each one of these hard lines where it looks like the VWAP just spikes up is a new trading day. And you can see Bitcoin was below the VWAP the entire day. Every time it came up to test it, it got rejected and put in a lower low. And so entering a short at these VWAPs, at the retests to see if it will break and change direction, was a beautiful trading strategy on this day. I don't remember what day it was, but had you deployed a little bit of self-restraint and entered in on some of these shorting opportunities, just on Bitcoin alone, the opportunity was almost 5.5%, 5.39%. I mean, it doesn't get any cleaner than that. It really doesn't. But that does mean that on days like this, you probably won't enter a trade. I didn't enter any trades, at least not on Bitcoin. You can look at altcoins to see if they have a little bit clearer of direction, but on Bitcoin, it's not respecting the VWAP, so I don't know which way it's going to move. I just don't. I just don't. And so I don't do anything. And it's fine because I'm not worried about trading every day. I'm worried about making money as much as I can. I do trade, but when I buy, that happens. Exactly. Exactly, Armin. Exactly. Haxor? Oh, what's good, Haxor? Did that make sense? Hopefully that made sense for you. Now, something that we have to pay attention to here, okay? We have to look at what Bitcoin is doing while we're in these altcoin trades. Bitcoin's getting rejected by the VWAP, right? So it's, for the last hour or so of trading, it's been kind of getting rejected. It might break out here, it might, but the RSI is kind of overextended, and it looks like it's starting to curl back over. So it looks like there's a possibility that Bitcoin could get rejected here. What I like to do before I solidify anything like that is come look at the heat map, and that tells a completely different story. I know this is overwhelming for people to look at. Give me 1 second and I will explain it to you guys in a way that makes a lot of sense, okay? Because I was about to close out of the position until I opened this. Now, K1M6A live streams the liquidity levels for Bitcoin 24/7. All right, I know the map is confusing to look at right now, but trust me, this will be a very valuable resource if you like to trade and have an indication of where the market is going to be headed. Right now, all I want you to look at is this black box at the very top, okay? Ignore everything else, ignore all these confusing indicators, and just look at this black box up here, all right? And shout out Josh. It's Joshua Jake. He's the one who showed me this, and it's one of the most powerful tools for indicating where the market might head on a short term and even a longer term time horizon. So shout out Josh. He's been a great mentor, a great asset to have in your tool belt. This is the liquidity zones in the market, right? Everyone is familiar with how a market functions. It's literally just an auction, okay? every single buy and sell order is listed out for market makers to see, and then they try and pair you with someone who's willing to make that transaction. This is a heat map to show you where those transactions are listed out at. And again, specifically, just look at the top here. Don't get overwhelmed with the rest of it. It's a lot of stuff to look at. See these bars? These bars represent the volume at a specific price. This is Bitcoin. And so the current price of Bitcoin is this green dotted arrow right in the middle. See how there's no bars below it? See how there's absolutely no bars, no volume at all, no liquidity until 36,000, like 600-ish. Yet the price is at 37,175. And right above the current price of Bitcoin is an overwhelming amount of liquidity, an overwhelming amount of volume on Binance, on Bitfinex, on BitGet, on BitMEX, on Bybit, on OKX. All of these exchanges have a lot of liquidity right above it. An asset, doesn't matter if it's crypto or stocks, literally does not matter. An asset is going to trend wherever the liquidity is because that's demand. That's where demand is. So on a small time frame here, the demand for Bitcoin is higher than the current price of Bitcoin, which means Bitcoin is more likely than not going to trend to that area of liquidity. That makes sense, right? Everyone's following with that thesis. That's just how markets work. That's supply and demand, literally charted out on a little graph here. Hit a thumbs up. We just hit 10 concurrent viewers. Let's go, Rodney. Hit a thumbs up. And let me know if you're here because of Rodney. If you like this kind of content, you like this education, make sure you subscribe and turn notifications on because we're live Monday through Friday. So this chart, even though it looked like Bitcoin was going to break structure and start going down, this chart right here, this liquidity zone, is telling me that Bitcoin is probably going to trend up, which is giving me some of the confluence to stay in my trade, to stay in my long here on ADA, despite Bitcoin looking like it's getting rejected. Maybe it turns out to be wrong and I get liquidated live, and that's fine. We're not going to win every trade. That's part of the game. It's part of the game. But for now, we're up pretty substantially on the position, and we're rapidly approaching the take profit zone here. So I feel confident in it. Hopefully that made sense for everyone who's watching and everyone who joined halfway through the explanation. The rest of this data is overly confusing, and I'm not going to take the time to explain it to everyone right now. Just know that if you learn to read this, again, it's a live stream on YouTube from K1M6A. If you learn to read this, it will level up your trading game dramatically. Let me spin this back in here. Where should I put it? We'll put it right here. We will put it right there. That was exciting. I liked that a lot because I really was going to close it out early just to lock in some of those gains, but this changed up my perspective instantly as soon as I saw it. Who's Rodney? Sorry, Fudney. If you guys are here because of Fudney, make sure you let me know that. Oh man, do you guys like, I finally, literally good timing on my part because I literally just got the chat above my head to work. It's been malfunctioning for days, so I'm glad that it got to work on the day that he tweeted out the live stream. Come on, Bitcoin. You're knocking on that door. Bitcoin is literally knocking on the VWAP. Come on. Come on, breakthrough. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I just set in my take profit on my Cardano trade, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. Goat Fudney. There it is. See? Look it. Look it. That's why technical analysis is only going to get you so far. If you're just staring at charts, it only takes you so far. I would have guessed that we broke down. I would have guessed that Bitcoin got rejected based off of this massive movement and based off of hitting right here. 9-inch wick on Bitcoin. Why are you guys spamming that? Is this not the actual chart? Are you talking about this wick here? It's a substantial wick, but it's not 9 inches. Come on, Cardano, let's follow through. Let's follow through. Hit that take profit on the live with the new members here. Come on. That was kind of annoying. I don't enjoy that 9-inch wick on Bitcoin marks. This will be good because then we can get on with our day, right? We don't want to sit in front of the chart all day. We want to go do stuff and be productive. We want to build in the bull market. That's just Bernie has a 9-inch wick. I see you're new to Bernie. I am new to Bernie. Who is this guy? Why did everyone immediately copy what he said? Or is that just all Bernie's alt accounts? My guy. My man. Let's look at the volume flow specifically through Bitcoin. I know I'm throwing a lot of charts at you guys, but this is what I look at on a daily basis. So we'll go to the table view and just check out and see if money's coming in or out of Bitcoin. I'm going to pull Bitcoin to the side here. That's the first time I've gotten botted, Haxor. He has 5,000 alts. God damn, dude. Bernie's unhinged. Yeah, that's insane. How the hell do you have so many alt accounts? They're all Bernie. That is, Haxor, that's the first time I've gotten botted in a YouTube live stream. My TikTok live streams I've gotten botted before in, but never YouTube. And I just started the YouTube back in October, so that makes sense. So Bitcoin currently is having a net inflow of money, although it's not substantial. Ethereum's having a lot more money flow into it, so yeah, Ethereum's pump is significantly stronger. Significantly stronger. Should have traded Ethereum, my mans. Should have traded Ethereum. Is Cardano made it? Yeah, Cardano has the $4 million net inflows, so a little bit more than Bitcoin, which makes sense. Cardano's chart is a little bit stronger than Bitcoin. That's why we traded it. I'm working from home. No time for botting. Instantly, just the same comment 20 times underneath it. Just... He will make you famous. He ghostwrites for Drake. Sheet. We got a ghostwriter for Drake in the house? That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Yeah, so today most of the selling flow is going straight into stablecoins. It's not really going for Bitcoin. It's interesting. We're just going straight into stablecoins. The buy flow is coming again from stablecoins, not really from Bitcoin. So it's interesting to see. People are going straight in and out of stablecoins right now, which I kind of expected people to be utilizing Bitcoin a little bit more, considering the Tether news that came in literally right as we were starting the live stream. Tether freezes $225 million in USDT linked to human trafficking group. So I kind of expected people to be fudding Tether pretty badly here as a centralized agency, right? It's literally just the central bank again. Just the central bank moved over into stablecoins. I mean, it's not the central bank, but it's like they act as the central bank, right? So I kind of expected that to have an impact from people's perspective on stablecoins, but apparently it does not. He must be coming from the MILF market. She. Thoughts on the current price on 8-inch cucumbers? You know what's funny, actually, Champagne Poppy, when I eat cucumbers, when I buy cucumbers, I'm getting significantly larger than 8 inches. So I don't know that I could speak towards the 8-inch market. When I buy cucumbers, I get those ones that come in the plastic wrap that are like 1.5 feet long. That's what I like snacking on when I have cucumbers. I feel like it's a better bang for your buck, you know? The 8-inch cucumber market, yeah. Don't touch me on that shit. Oh, why does butter melt when you hold it in your hand? You guys are... Do you want the actual science behind it? I could explain the concept of heat to you guys. We can start touching on how time actually works more like heat, but people aren't ready for that. We'll keep it PG for this live stream. We'll keep it PG. We got at least 15-inch cucumbers. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. Fuck those 8-inch ones. What the hell? My girlfriend's definitely just listening in the other room like, what is going on? What is he talking about? His live streams are never like this. They're almost $2 a piece for a bit. Yeah, inflation, man. Steve the Canadian. Inflation, dude. Bad. And we are not seeing deflation. Although we're seeing deflation in a couple things, but not really. Let's see these hot movers. Oh, I did not mean to click on recently added. Oh wait, I can just go trending. Damn, what the hell is this? AIOZ network up. Oh, I thought this was the one day. What's the biggest mover? Chat, what's the biggest mover right now? In all of crypto, what's the biggest mover? Either up or down. Up or down. What's the biggest mover today? We got Scale, SKL, up 39%. I know something's beating that. Something's outperforming. Near is up 15%. Damn. One of my friends is deep into the Near ecosystem. He actually... he works at Jump DeFi, which they're launching on their third platform. They're actually... They paid me to help with their marketing, so this is technically a paid shill here in the live stream, just so that you guys are fully aware of it. But they're having their token sale, their private and public token sale. The team is good. The team is solid. They're on their third blockchain now, so it's evidently not a rug pull. They're doing work, but it is microscopic. Like the market cap that they're going for is like $150,000, so it's like a puny cryptocurrency. But the team is solid, and I'm friends with them, so I'm helping them with their marketing campaign. Okay, all right, enough of those shills. ADA's coming back down. The markets did not enjoy that. Never mind, I take it back. I want this to just, come on, we were so close. We were so close. Why did it not just bless me today? We were 0.2 away from being able to take those profits. Why did it not just bless me? Come on. Come on, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? What were we talking about a minute ago that when everything was going up? What do we need to do to make it so that we can close this trade profitable? MBL up 22%. You and an ADA long. I am, Wilma. Okay. You guys are trolls. You guys are all trolls. I almost read your whole name out loud. A solid team in crypto, now I'm suspicious. Facts. Tap on that VWAP. We could come back down and tap on the VWAP. We could come back down. If we did come down, it would make me a little bit suspect, right? Because we broke above this high here. We broke above this high, right? And so I'm hoping that we build out a little bit of support and we can continue that move upwards. If we come back down to the VWAP without going back up and retesting up here, it would tell me that like the change in direction is happening for ADA on the day. Now this is a pretty substantial peak up here, right? So it would, like, there's still a lot of movement to get back up there. 1.5%, 1.88%. So exactly, just like Lionel just said, without Bitcoin going up to test the daily highs or even yesterday's high, I would expect ADA to not go up and test its intraday high. But it looks like Bitcoin is continuing that momentum upwards, and it should, theoretically speaking, take ADA to those highs. It's fine. It's the same thing, dude. It's crypto. There is no yesterday and today. It's all just the same day. It seems the deflation is circling products. 1 week milk and eggs are down, the next up, and bread is down. Yeah. It's the markets trying to regulate the supply and demand, Steve. Right? Especially with a lot of the conflict that's happening throughout the world. There's 32 ongoing countries at war, which is not great, right? So that has impact on the supply side of everything. And since demand likely stays the same, you got that rotationary thing as people try and figure out how they can sustain on a cheaper life. I've never seen a straight guy buy ETH. You're not going to see it here either. It's funny because I don't actually own any Ethereum. I used to own ETH. ETH was actually my biggest bag into the last cycle. ETH and Cardano. If we go back, reminisce on the good old days. I actually sold all of my stock market portfolio to buy Ethereum. I think literally right here. I think I bought all of my stock market portfolio into Ethereum at like $450 and then just went I was like, damn, is this crypto? Is this what crypto is? This is looking bullish, guys. This is looking hella bullish. If we get that solid breakout there, that would be beautiful. That would be a beautiful sign for Ethereum. People were dunking on Ethereum because the Bitcoin dominance just continues to rally. Still finding support, man. I literally could care less about that right now. I just need this trade to go. Otherwise, that's not what I wanted. Otherwise, I'd be looking foolish on this morning live stream. Come on, everyone put money bags in the chat right now. Spam it, please, for the love of God. Let's get it to that take profit point. Come on, we're right there. Go. Yeah! We did it. My nipples are kind of hard from that. We did it. Let's go, guys. Let's go. On the live stream. I know the line is a little bit higher, but my order already filled. So we got that 10% gain right there. Watch, it's gonna have a God candle here and go back up to the day's high, and I'm gonna lose money. Not lose money, but leave money on the table. This next candle is gonna absolutely be a God candle. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Thank you all. Come again. Again, Monday through Friday, we go live. We go over some of the news. We go over my portfolio and any decisions I'm going to be having in it. I keep more intricate track of that portfolio in the Discord. Thank you, Bernie, for absolutely spamming the chat with money bags right now. Salute you. I appreciate you. After we go over all the news, we take our liquidity out of the market. It's a good system. I'm here for it, and it's going to be the system that propels me to buying a house. Again, the bag holder to homeowner portfolio challenge. This is just long-term. This is the long-term trading, or the long-term, yeah, I guess long-term trading. This is what I'm expecting to be holding into the bull market. This alone, I think, will be enough to buy a house, but I also have my trading account, which I try and take at least 3 to 5 trades a week in. We're killing it. We are killing it. So I appreciate each and every one of you for being here with me. Your time is your most valuable asset. So hopefully this was worth investing it into. Please come back for tomorrow. Shout out Rodney or Fudney for shouting out this on Twitter. Appreciate you making my day right there, my man, if you're still watching right now. If not, I will see you guys tomorrow. Let's go.